Yeah, it proved to me who the Dallas Cowboys are, and that's a terrible road team. They average 40 points at home, 38.9, whatever. It's close enough to 40 points. I can round up. And then you have the Cowboys who average 20 points on the road. It's like when there's a 20-point difference between your at home and on the road, like scoring, that is a huge problem, especially
Mhm.
for the Dallas Cowboys. And then this was a 2-point game. I picked the Miami Dolphins in this game. You picked the Cowboys, but it was really kind of a toss up. It's like the Cowboys beat the Eagles, but they normally split with them. But other than that, they really haven't had too many impressive wins so far. And then you lose on the road to the Buffalo Bills, go down to Miami, and now it's 2 straight losses since I put you on the top 5. We talk about teams who you put them on the bottom 5 and then they rise up, and then sometimes they'll put the Jaguars on the top 5. Ever since then, they've lost 4 straight. And then ever since I put the Dallas Cowboys and made the mistake of putting them on the top 5, they've lost 2 straight games. So I've learned my lesson that the Dallas Cowboys are not a top 5 team. If they go into the playoffs and they have to play on the road, God forbid that the Cowboys tell you who they are and you don't believe them. It's like, okay, if the Cowboys are telling me that they're going to average 20 points on the road, all right, I believe you. You're a bad road team.
Yeah, and the numbers between it are so drastic. If they're not playing at Jerry World, they
Yeah.
are an average team at best.
And-
And when they play at home, they are the Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
There should not be, because there are plenty of teams who are genuinely legit teams that will be in the top 5 teams where it does not matter where they play because it's the same product wherever you go. It's like Dunkin'. It's like Starbucks. Scary for me.
Yeah.
Because you should be a consistent team no matter where you go. The fact that you're a world beater at home and an average team at best away scares me. So this is a team, we believed in them. This year felt different, but it's the same old Cowboys. It's the same team we've seen the last 30 years. Unlike the Lions, who are turning back the clock and changing the narrative, unlike the Browns, the Cowboys stay the same.
Yeah, and I gave the Cowboys one shot. I'm like, all right, I'm going to put them on the top 5 this week. You beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl appearances in after they won the NFC, defending NFC champs. They get to the Super Bowl there. And I was like, all right, you beat the Eagles. I'll put you number 2. And then ever since then, they're like, oh, absolutely not. And the thing is, CeeDee Lamb had a good game. It's like CeeDee Lamb wasn't that bad in this game. And then this very interesting that we have this huge controversy that Cam Newton's like, yeah, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, all of these guys are game managers. They're not going to go out there and win you the game. They're not going to go out there and lose you the game either. And I'm not saying they're bad quarterbacks, but it's like they're not going to lose you the game, but they're not going to win you the game. Well, what does Dak Prescott do? Has about 250 passing yards, no interceptions in this game. It's like, okay, well, did he lose them the game? Technically not, but did he go out there and make enough plays to win you the game? Absolutely not. And this is why, like, people were like, how could you put Brock Purdy in the MVP conversation? Well, it's like, you should have the exact same energy about Dak Prescott, because not only is Brock Purdy getting paid $400,000, which is valuable on its own and warrants him being in the MVP conversation, Dak Prescott is getting paid 40 to 70 million depending on the given year. How is that valuable when you could really use an Amari Cooper next to CeeDee Lamb? Oh, why can't we pay him? Oh, right, because we're paying Dak Prescott. And then he just got 265 receiving yards this week. You're telling me they wouldn't have had a better shot in Miami or in Buffalo or in Arizona or in San Francisco if you had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb? It's like, no, absolutely not. So it's like Cam Newton's point is very valid after this game with Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott literally proved his point because he didn't win the game and he didn't lose the game.